Live from Sin City, it's the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. And now, here's the star of the show, Giant Dr. Griffin!
This is Diet Dr. Griffin back with another episode of the Socks and Pinstripes Podcast. Like, rate, and subscribe. Shane, you told me that you are not in your normal location. Where are you at and why are you there?
So I am here to see my grandmother. I'm here in Huntington Beach, California,
Ooh,
mostly to see my grandmother because she's getting up there. So we're having breakfast with her for 3 days in a row. But I'm also going to a Padres Dodgers game tomorrow at Petco Field.
have you ever been to Petco Field?
No, I have not, and I'm pretty excited. So
Oh, yes. In my opinion, Petco is my favorite stadium that I've been to.
okay, and I'm
I,
really excited now.
I
Yeah.
have an excellent memory. I was there on my birthday in 2019.
Oh, nice.
And this was back when the Red Sox were a good team, and somebody I was actually interested in watching. And I remember they smoked Chris Paddock that day, and I think they hit like 13 runs or something like that. It was like 13-1 or something crazy like that.
Oh, geez.
It was one of the best experiences I've had at a baseball game because I was like just loving every minute of it. And I believe it was also it was when they did like the special player appreciation jerseys or whatever it was. So they put the nicknames and stuff on the back.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
And they
cool.
had
Yeah.
like everybody was wearing either the black and gold or the white and gold shirts.
Yeah.
Like the Red Sox were wearing the black that weekend, and it was such a good look. I loved it. It was one of my best experiences, and I think you'll enjoy Petco. I don't know if you'll enjoy it as much as I did, but
Yeah.
uh, I would say you'll definitely enjoy the stadium. It's a great vibe there. Um,
Yeah.
It'll be probably a little different going on like a Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, it's supposed to be sold out because it's a rivalry game. So,
Yeah, I mean it is going to be the Dodgers, but it's a little different because I went on a Friday night.
okay.
As
So
it
it
would
has a
so
little more.
happen, so they had a lot more like activities and stuff outside the stadium than they probably
Yeah.
would on Monday, but.
Yeah. We'll see
The
what
whole
happens.
area where the stadium is great. It's like the gas lamp district down there is
Oh,
you
cool.
they got like a lot of bars and stuff down there.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Definitely kind of place you want to go for like a weekend series.
Okay. Gotcha.
But hey, if you're getting to see the Dodgers and the Padres playing this year, and I think this is the first matchup between these two teams.
Yeah. And we're sitting out in right field. So ready for a Shohei Ohtani home run. So,
Yeah, yeah.
and my dad and
And
my brother also, they go to, I've never been to like what would be considered a luxury gym before.
mhm.
And my parents and my brother now both go to one. So he just took me to his new gym, and I'm like, wow, it's nice in here.
What would you say was a luxury gym? What makes it different than a normal gym?
Well, A, the cost. B, the like workout programs that they do are generally a little more defined.
Are you talking like
And
classes and stuff, or
yeah,
just
the classes are like a little more defined and a lot more challenging, just in my opinion. Like it's a better class of instructor, I guess, if you want to say that.
hmm
And then the amenities in the bathroom are like mind-boggling. Like there's like a full shaving kit in there. There's not only like body wash, shampoo, conditioner. It's like body wash, gentle face wash, shampoo, conditioner, like after shower hair mask. Like it's pretty intense. So
Yeah, and the Dodgers and Padres right now are only 2 games apart in the win column. The Dodgers have 2 more wins, and the Padres have the same number of losses. Or the Dodgers are 38 and 27, and the Padres are 36 and 27 at the time of recording.
yeah, I think it's gonna be. I'm super excited. I think it's gonna be such a good game. So
Yeah, and last time, man, the Dodgers got themselves in such a not the Dodgers, the Padres got themselves in such a tizzy because they did this mocking of Clayton Kershaw, and like they lost nearly every other game to the Dodgers that year.
nice.
But last year they redeemed themselves, and I got to see a Padres game in LA last year.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that was
Yeah.
pretty fun too.
Well, the nice thing is my dad's a Dodgers fan, and I'm 100% a Padres fan, so I can't wait to chant "Beat LA" in his ear all game.
Oh, it is going to be it is going to be great. I am envious of you because that's the matchup to go see right now.
Yeah, and
Screw the Red Sox
hopefully no
and
one gets blown out. I just want it to be a close game. I don't really care who wins. I
you
mean,
know
I do kind of care, but so
screw the Red Sox and Yankees right now. They're not really much of a rivalry. The Red Sox are a really bad rotation right now, but you get to see the real matchup right now.
yeah, yeah,
And I was genuinely surprised how well the Padres have played this year. I thought that the Snakes would be the team that's competing, and the Snakes are under 500 right now. And we
yeah.
heard this week that Corbin Burns got Tommy John surgery. Like this
Okay. Yeah.
happened. He left the game Sunday after we had recorded, and I don't know if you saw the look on Burns's face, but like, oh,
No.
he when he left the mound, you could tell that like, oh, he screwed up his elbow and he's done. Like
Oh man,
just how
that's too
sad
bad.
he
Yeah,
looked on his face. He just knew.
yeah,
And I'll have to try to find the image and send it to you, but you just knew that he was out, and then unfortunately we got the news today. So my
yeah.
my pick of the Diamondbacks winning 100 games doesn't look very good right now.
Well, there's still the All-Star break, and you got to think they'll probably be buyers. So
Well, yeah, at the same time though, you're already 2 games below 500 in June. I don't think they're gonna,
yeah,
win 69 more games to get to 100. That's gonna be like
yeah,
69 out of the next 100 under 100 games is not really a optimistic bet.
yeah. Yeah,
Especially
I don't think anyone in baseball has a 69% win percentage right now. I think it's like the highest is the Dodgers probably at like 63 or something like that.
the Dodgers are actually at 58.5.
Yeah.
They actually
See,
had a they had a
even
bad
worse.
week. The Dodgers have lost four out of no, and their last 10 is they've 4-6 in their last 10.
Oh,
They've lost two in a row to the Cardinals. Yeah,
oh, the
they have not
bird.
had a good week,
Yeah.
and they
Dude,
got to hope to not get.
The Cards are playing a lot better than I thought they were going to play this year. So,
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to hold up or not, but they've certainly off to a good start right now. Still, the best team in baseball is still the Detroit Tigers, who are actually playing the Cubs this weekend.
oh wow.
It's been a
Okay.
pretty good series to watch. I got to
Yeah.
see some of the game yesterday because for some reason they played the game at like 1 in the afternoon Eastern time, and they're in Detroit.
Well, I thought didn't they have to make a game up?
I don't think so. I
There's
don't
been
think
so
so.
on my team. I have a bunch of guys. It feels like this last week, like everyone's been postponed. Someone's been postponed or delayed. I forgot to play like all my good players on a day where they had like 6 home runs and 10 runs and 10 hits, and now I'm losing to Jeff like 6-12 because of my mistakes.
Yeah, I don't think there were any rain delays or anything, at least in the Cubs and Detroit series. That would just be in the last 2 days.
Philly's in rain delay right now. They're at Pittsburgh, so
Yeah, and I put one of my Phillies hitters on the bench because they're facing Skeens today. That blew up in
uh,
my face because I had Paredes against Skeens on I think it was Tuesday, and he
yeah,
hit a home run off of the reliever in the ninth inning.
classic.
Skeens goes 8 innings, gives up one earned run, takes the loss because the Pirates don't score anything. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, all right, Paredes, he didn't do anything against Skeens, and then he faces the reliever and hits a 2-run homer. So
yeah.
I am presently, I think, losing home runs by one, I think.
And
Or
Ryan
two, two.
and Ryan Presley, speaking of the Cubs and the Tigers, is now solidly in the setup role. It seems he's like eighth inning only, basically this year.
Yeah,
So
I think they have a guy named Palencia.
yeah,
Palencia, I think is the closer because he's on my opponent's team.
yeah, they've been given Daniel Palencia is running with it now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting. I'm
And he's been
faced.
the crazy thing is like Ryan Presley had a terrible start to the year, but he's been lights out ever since. So,
These closers they can be very streaky,
yeah,
and I mean, just look at the Braves, man.
Yeah,
The Braves nearly won yesterday, and then they've been having so many bullpen issues. They blow it on a two-run home run to Matt
yeah,
Chapman in the bottom of the ninth inning to lose the game.
yeah. I mean, he
And
hasn't. I mean, Presley hasn't given up a run in over a month now.
well, I mean, it's different giving up those runs in a setup spot than in the closing spot, but
Yeah, no, for sure. So,
they might have to give him a shot at it
uh,
if Porter Hodge remains hurt. And
yeah,
Palencia,
exactly.
who knows how well he's gonna do.
Yeah.
The thing with the Braves, which is crazy, is that they brought Craig Kimbrell back. They had him sitting in the minors,
Uh,
and they
I
brought
didn't
him
realize
up.
that Kimbrel had any options left. That's crazy.
Well, no, he signed a minor league deal.
Oh,
He
okay,
wasn't that he
gotcha.
had options. He was so bad last year. He was, I think, DFA'd by the Orioles, and later the season didn't latch on with anybody. And then he's been in the minors with the Braves for most of the season. Gets called up for one game and then gets DFA'd.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Did he get blown up in the one game that he played, or?
No, I think he had like it wasn't a great inning, but it was like I think it was two hits and a strikeout. I think that's all
Oh,
it was. Or two
yeah.
his whip was two. Excuse me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see if they finally had his numbers up on Baseball Reference because I was looking this up last night. So he has a .1 WAR. He pitched one inning in one game. He gave a one hit, one walk, one strikeout, and he only faced three batters and went through one inning. And he didn't take the decision, so I don't know what happened, but they lost the game, and
Oh,
that is that. He only threw 14 pitches.
well, speaking of losing, the Mariners in true form are now 3.5 games back from the Astros. So,
Yeah, and George Kirby's hasn't done particularly well after coming off of the injured list. He got blown
yeah,
up this past week.
yeah, and we can't even beat the Angels now. So,
Another pitcher who's gotten blown up is Jesus Luzardo.
oh yeah, the
We
bullpen's
talked
been
about him
shaky at
last
best. So, yeah.
we talked about him last week because he gave up 12 runs in 2.1 innings. He gave up
Oh
eight
yeah,
runs in his last start.
the starter for the Phillies. Yeah, that pristine 2.3 ERA is no longer that anymore.
No, no. And he got jettisoned from my opponent's team too. He caught him.
Oh, someone dropped him? Okay, well, I
Yeah,
might
because
waiver wire.
I'm facing the guy who has Luzardo and he cut him.
I might waiver wire that. I picked up Abel before he got the first time, or right after he pitched the first time, and then they immediately optioned him down to the minors, but now he's back up again, and he's been pitching pretty well. So I'm pretty excited about that pickup.
Yeah, at some point the Phillies are gonna bring up their stud guy Andrew Painter. They've been
Yeah,
talking to him for years.
yep.
But yeah, so his Luzardo's stats now are for the season a 4.46 ERA and a 1.44 whip.
Nice.
Those last two starts just brought it up all the way. Regression hit like a hammer.
Yep, it really did.
Yeah, he was 5-2 on the season, and these last two losses basically just skyrocketed everything. He'd given up 6 home runs on the season, three of them in the last two starts. It's like
That's crazy.
his ERA it was 30.86 against Toronto, 32.4 against the Brew Crew. Yeah, I think he just had a couple of bad outings in a row, and oh, doesn't look any better this week because it looks like he's playing the Cubs. I don't think
Uh,
I want to grab him for that start.
I
Maybe
don't think
wait.
I have. I think I want to ride with who I got right now and see how they do. So,
Who do you have right now? See,
well, Hunter Green's back on the IL, which surprises no one. So,
yeah, I think
uh,
they probably rushed him back last time.
yeah, still the groin. I'm assuming if I'm Cincy, I just leave him out for a while. I got Hunter Brown, who's probably my ace. Waka Waka,
You have a lot of bullpen
Will,
arms, I've noticed.
yeah, Will Warren, Brandon Pfaadt, and Nick Cameron. So I have a lot of bullpen arms because I have a lot of people. I have two starters on the IL who are supposedly the best pitchers I have, and so I'll get rid of someone,
I
but
don't know.
that's
I
my
don't
strategy.
think I don't think Fott's very good at this point, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So
Yeah, he's. I mean, I guess he's playing the Mariners next week, but
yeah, so I'll either strike out 13 or get lit up for 13 runs. That's how it goes with the Mariners. So
yeah. Depends on depends on if you get Cal Raleigh on a good day or not.
yeah, I mean he's only at a 3.9 ERA, or no, he's 5.5 now.
Yeah. I mean,
But we'll see. I mean that's pretty good for my rotation this year. It hasn't been what anyone thought they were going to be. So
no, unfortunately, but
yeah.
hey, I think you're still doing better than Jeff overall, though this week might change things in the standings a bit.
Yep. Pretty sure we're about to switch places in the standings, and that's literally all my mistake from Wednesday. So, but I might have the rookie of the year in Jacob Wilson, so that's pretty cool.
Is I guess yes, the American League, I guess could be. Is Pete Crow Armstrong considered a rookie, or has he already lost his rookie eligibility from last year?
I think he lost his rookie eligibility from last year. So,
Yeah. Oh,
because
okay.
otherwise
Yeah.
you could make a case for him too. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He played 123 games last year, so yeah. Okay, he technically would have been a rookie last year. Because
yeah,
yeah, this year, if he was a rookie, he would be killing it. I've been
yeah,
having a case
he'd
in
be
this
making
league.
a case for NL Rookie of the Year for sure. So,
He's definitely not doing it there. He's already leading the National League in WAR already at 4.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. At least that's what it says on Baseball Reference. I think ESPN and Baseball Reference use different methodologies.
Well, they have to. That way they can put Stephen A. Smith to argue about whatever he's arguing about that
I
week.
don't think
So,
Stephen A. Smith likes to talk about baseball.
I don't think he does either. That was just a joke. So,
So let's do some other news here. Did you hear about the White Sox beginning the process of selling their team?
I thought weren't they beginning the process of selling their team last year?
Well, I mean they're actually like beginning a transaction with an actual person who's agreeing to buy the team sort of deal. It's one thing like when
Oh,
you announce that you're selling a team, like a
yeah,
bunch of owners have done that, but the White Sox are actually like doing an actual move because they have the Ishbia brothers, one of the Ishbia brothers, I'm getting them mixed up with Matt and Justin Ishbia. I believe it's Justin that is buying the White Sox,
yeah, okay.
and Matt Ishbia is the owner of the Suns in the NBA.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like what's going to end up happening is that it's a what they call a step transaction.
Yeah,
So right now, Ishbia is putting in a cash influx this year because the White Sox are hurting money wise.
yeah,
They've been hit with the RSN issues, and they're
yeah,
obviously not doing well in getting people to show up at the stadium after having one of the worst seasons in the history of
yeah,
baseball.
yeah. Garbage on both fronts. So,
Yeah, and they also have one of the worst rosters. They, got rid of Garrett Crochet, and
I'm
they're
still
playing.
surprised they didn't trade Luis Robert Jr. So,
I mean, I think they still can trade him.
yeah.
I think I still have the Dodgers injury list listed on my Spotrac page right now. But I believe Robert, he may have one more year after this year, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no,
Okay,
this is the last year of his deal, and he has two club options after that,
gotcha,
20 million apiece. So
gotcha.
I think they may consider trading him at the deadline. He might be more likely at the deadline.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they didn't trade him during the offseason, but he's a super injury prone player.
Yeah,
And they probably wanted to see him actually perform a bit before. Another
yeah.
guy that, they thought one of the people thought they were going to try to trade, but they really can't right now is Sandy Alcantara.
Oh, yeah. He's not having the best of years this year. So,
No, he's really struggling from coming back from Tommy John surgery.
yeah. And I watched a couple of his games too before I dropped him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he has flashes of brilliance. And I think, after this year, and figuring it out, he'll probably be fine. But it kind of just looked like he was, from me, and I'm obviously not a professional, just kind of looked like he was overthrowing almost everything. And then once he would like relax for a batter or two, it'd be like the hit and miss would be back, the swing and miss would be back, and then it would just again look like he was just trying to overthrow his fastball and either yanking it and walking people or leaving the breaking stuff right over the middle.
Oof. Oh man, I gotta say, Robert's having a really rough go of it so far.
Yeah, he's under the Mendoza line. I just
He's
looked that up
hitting
too.
181 on the season.
Yeah.
His OPS plus is 59,
Yep.
which the
That's tough.
average, for those who don't know, the average is supposed to be 100. So if
Yep.
you're above 100, you're an above average player. If you're below 100, you are a below average player. It's at 59. Now, here's the strange part. He has 21 stolen bases on the season,
Oh, okay. Let's go. He's just running around. Once he gets on, he's running around. So,
which is apparently enough to lead the American League.
oh, okay. That I did not know. So,
So he's leading the American League, it looks like, in stolen bases, even though he's only had 36 hits. And he's actually walked a decent number of times, although I honestly think some of that is because his supporting cast is so bad that they're probably just going to walk him most of the time
yeah,
to avoid having to just deal with him.
it's easy if you only have to pitch around one guy. So,
That's kind of what they were doing with Marcelo Zuna. They were
oh, sure. Yeah.
they were kind of walking him a lot because they didn't have as many pieces around to deal with.
Yeah. I remember when the very first year after Julio won Rookie of the Year and they thought he was a good batter and they were walking him a lot too. So,
Yeah, O'Neal Cruz is the only player in baseball who has more steals than Luis Robert.
oh, okay.
He's 22, and then Pete Crow Armstrong and Bobby Witt also have 21 stolen bases each. So it's
Uh,
still pretty impressive that with a 270 on base percentage, he's managed to steal 21 bases.
yeah, it's like basically almost every time he gets on base. So,
Yeah, yeah. Most of the other guys have at least an on base percentage around 350, although Pete Crow Armstrong only has a 3.13.
gotcha.
Chandler Simpson has 19 stolen bases, and they decided to just send him back down to the minors.
Okay.
That's what the Rays do, I guess. They
Yeah.
they send the guy who's hitting 285 down to the minors.
Hey, that's like what the Mariners do. We got Leo Rivas hitting 341, just getting on base to be hit home, and we're like, you know what? I don't really like scoring runs as a. We need to make sure we hit Jerry's 85 wins, no more, no less. So,
Yeah, so let's just briefly get back. So what's going to end up happening with Ishbia is that Ishbia is going to buy a stake of the team, but he's not going to get like immediate ownership of the team. He's basically just buying a path to control to where he can buy the rest of the team. It's sort of like estate planning purposes for a lot of these owners, because
gotcha.
Reinsdorf is going to be is in his 90s, I believe.
Okay.
They're already going to leave from what I understand, they're going to leave the bowls to his son, but I guess as part of the process, they're going to offset. He's 89, so close
Okay.
to 90.
Yeah.
So he's going to leave the bowls to his kids. The kids want to run the bowls, but he's getting rid of the White Sox. So
Gotcha. That's probably the one you want to get rid of. So,
yeah. So Ishbia is buying putting in some money, but Reinsdorf is still going to run the team for the next few years. And really, probably most likely going to end up happening is that when Reinsdorf dies, that's when Ishbia is really going to take the reins
gotcha.
from him.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
That checks out, so.
I don't know if Ishbia is going to have a better chance because if he's anything like Matt Ishbia, who basically just kind of wrecked the Suns.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they're going to do up there in Chicago.
Where the Suns were good before he took over, right? They had those like 2 years where they were kind of good, and
They kind of went all in, and then Durant kind of got hurt, and they never really did anything, and now they're completely kind of screwed.
gotcha.
The NBA is kind of a weird sport where you can kind of just move around players because all their contracts are structured, so you
Yeah.
can move them around and shuffle pieces around a lot easier in the NBA. It's totally designed for trading versus MLB, which is not really designed for trading.
Yeah.
You can't even trade like actually you can only trade compensatory draft picks in baseball. You can't actually trade like your first round draft pick like you can in the NBA.
Ah, okay.
So like
That's
a lot of times what
interesting.
the NBA teams will do is they'll trade like five first round picks in a trade.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
believe what the Suns did. But the thing is that you can only trade draft picks for every other year. Like you can't just trade like the next three first round draft picks. You have to trade like every other year.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But one thing that they'll do, they'll protect the picks in the lottery. If it's in the lottery one year, they'll move it to the next time. Or what they'll do is they'll agree to a pick swap if in back to back years.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
you can really like screw yourself over in the NBA pretty fast
Uh,
if you're not careful, even if you're just moving guys around.
yeah.
And that's kind of what the Suns did. So they're in trouble. So
Gotcha.
hopefully the Cubbies, sorry, hopefully the White Sox aren't in as bad of shape going forward. I know they're gonna also probably need to build a new stadium there.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't think the White Sox stadium was that bad, but it's also like apparently not in the best part of town.
Gotcha.
I've been to that stadium. It's okay, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want to be living there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Cubbies are in the better part of town. We'll just say that much about going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Have you been to Chicago?
No, I've never been. So it's on my,
Chicago's a great town. I want to go back to Chicago at some point.
yeah.
That is definitely on my list of places to go to.
Awesome.
Although I don't think Wrigley Field is as good as everybody says it is. I think it's a little overrated.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with Wrigley. I
I'll
didn't
have to
think it
try
was
to go. I'll have to try to go next year and see for myself. So
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad necessarily, but I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is. Maybe it's because I don't drink and I just kind of look at the stadium more for. I think one of the reasons I like Petco so much is because it just feels like a newer, more up to date place, and the older
yeah.
ones just don't have the same charm for me.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Like I think that the Dodgers place a freaking dump. I think it's one of the
Oh,
worst stadiums in
jeez.
all of baseball. I really
Shots
do.
fired.
I really do. It's old. It's just old. It has no charm whatsoever to it. It's just
Okay.
old.
Okay. Okay.
Like Fenway and Wrigley have charm to them. They're old as dirt, but they have charm.
Yeah.
Dodgers is just old. Angel Stadium is just old. There's no. Did you hear about how the a week or two ago that like concrete fell on the stadium and hit a guy at the Yankees game?
No, that's pretty awesome. No.
Yeah, the guy's gonna probably get like a six-figure lawsuit. You know, he thankfully didn't get killed by it, but if he got hit in the head by a piece of concrete, he would have been dead.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yep.
he got hit somewhere else, and he's gonna be okay. But yeah, that guy's getting some money, and that stadium is a dump. I'm sorry. And honestly, it is the worst stadium to get in and out of. If you are driving to that game, oh, you are going to be adding like an extra hour at the entrance and exit. It is horrible driving into that stadium.
Yeah.
I've done it like five or six times. I think the one time that I did it and it wasn't bad driving in was for the World Series, but I also drove in at like 3 to 4 hours before the game started.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah. So I was like, yeah. Dodger
3 hours
Stadium.
before it starts and you gotta leave early too. So
Yes, you have to leave early because if you don't leave early, you're going to be stuck for like more than an hour just trying to go a quarter mile to get out of the stadium.
yeah.
They really need to. The Dodgers need a new stadium. They're making so much freaking money off of everything. They just need to get a new stadium. They need to get up to date with the rest of the teams out there.
Yeah.
The basketball teams, they got new stadiums. The Clippers, they have a one of the best new stadiums out there. Dodgers, you have the money, just go and do it. For
Yeah.
sake, man, your stadium is not any good. It's just old. You can build a stadium that does the same things new, and Yeah, just do it, guys. You have the money. Just do it.
I mean, you make a great case, so there's no excuses. No excuses, Dodgers.
No, no, you can make a special Otani wing in your new stadium.
Yeah, I feel like you have to. So,
Do you have any closing remarks, or do you just want to talk about a couple of random players before we go to the closing?
I got a closing remark, and maybe we can talk about random players or whatever. But I didn't realize this, but Cal Hubbard is the only person to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame and also the NFL Hall of Fame. And granted, he was only in the Baseball Hall of Fame as an umpire, but still. So
Wait. So did he play in the NFL, or was
yeah,
he
so
in?
he was played in the NFL and was a prominent figure for a couple of NFL championship teams for the Giants, Packers, and Pirates, later to become the Steelers. And then he retired to become a major league umpire and then was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1976 as an umpire.
Wow, that's pretty cool there.
Yeah. So he was Football Hall of Fame in 63 and then Baseball Hall of Fame in 1976.
Yeah, so he played basically for the Giants in 1927, 1928, and then for the Packers for like the next few years after that.
Yeah.
And then he played for the oh, that's weird. Okay, so the Pittsburgh Pirates were an NFL team before. Okay, so I guess the Steelers were the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it, yeah.
I didn't realize that the Steelers were at one point the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, me
Because
neither, honestly. So,
he says he was also a four-time NFL champion. So
yeah. Yep.
it's pretty
Yep.
cool that he then became an MLB umpire.
And it was honestly a good one. It wasn't like it was like Angel Hernandez. I mean, he wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame if he was Angel Hernandez, but
Yeah, we didn't have umpire scorecard back then.
apparently he was a good one. So, all
All right, so good umpire, good umpire. So we'll do maybe one or two random players before we end the show today.
right.
We got a few extra minutes here. What do you think about Francisco Lindor?
I like him, and he's clutch, and so I'm all in on Francisco Lindor. I don't know how he's playing this year, but I like the guy.
Lindor's playing pretty well this year, I believe. He stole two bases yesterday on the bench for my opponent because I don't know why he left them on the bench, but
Yeah.
he has been a bit dinged up this week because he, like Mookie, broke his toe.
Oh, geez, did he?
I don't know
Was
if he broke his toe at home in a
Gotcha.
bizarre family accident. Although I think he hurt it during a game. That's what at least the reports are saying.
Oh, okay.
But he stole two bases yesterday, and he was somebody that our buddy Jeff thinks that I have a complete man crush on. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah, that's
why.
right. I always forget about that. So,
I drafted Lindor for one season, and I won a championship with him. And for some reason, Jeff just thinks I have this crazy man crush on him. So it went so far as to Jeff getting me a Funko of Lindor,
oh, nice.
and I also have a T-shirt that says, "When I die, tell Francisco Lindor I love him." Or sorry, if I die today, tell Francisco Lindor I love him.
I love that.
I don't understand why, because I have made it very clear that I was a Rafael Devers Juan Soto guy. Instead, I am apparently a Francisco Lindor guy.
Hey, if you're gonna, that's not a bad choice either. If those are the three, so
No, no, and I actually got offered Lindor in a trade from the guy that I'm playing this week.
oh, nice GDP.
Yeah, I turned that trade down, and ironic that both of our players involved in that trade, because he wanted Mookie Betts, had broken toes this past week.
Yeah, that's also not an even trade at all. So.
I mean, you don't think that Lindor is better than Mookie right now?
I mean, maybe right now. I think as an overall player, I'd say Mookie.
Well, we're not talking about like overall player. We're talking like, are we talking like dynasty or whatever, or we're just talking like in strictly fantasy?
Oh yeah, I guess fantasy rules are always different. That's probably why.
Yeah, because I think honestly, I thought Lindor was actually better than Mookie right now.
Yeah.
I think certainly if you go by their season stats, I think Lindor is better.
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't trade for Lindor and I didn't accept the trade because Mookie has so much more positional flexibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's Lindor's only eligible at shortstop, but Mookie's eligible at second, shortstop, and outfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I thought that was like the more important component. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think they're kind of similar enough offensively.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So on that note, we're gonna call it a show here. I think you got your closing, you got your little fun fact. You don't have any other closing remarks besides
Nope.
just go Cubs.
Yeah. Go Cubs, baby. Let's go. I'm looking like a genius right now.
And then also go Padres because we need to
Yeah.
have. I'm looking forward to watching the Padres play tomorrow because I have
Yeah.
the Padres MLB tickets, so I'll be watching those games this week.
All right. Let's beat LA. That's all I got to say.
Beat LA, that is right. Beat LA and send them back to their crappy concrete falling stadium.
Yes.
All right, on that note, have a good week, guys.
All right. Bye now.